Hello from Mindset Daily, wishing you a day full of health, peace, and happiness. Thank you for watching the Mindset Daily channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe to support us. Thank you so much.
Why do most people settle for easy, even when it ruins their future? What if the real secret to success lies in doing what others avoid? And what if the choice you make today determines the life you live tomorrow? Most people are searching for easy, but easy never builds an extraordinary life. What creates an extraordinary life is doing the things most people aren't willing to do. Let me ask you, if you had to choose between easy now but difficult later, or difficult now but easy later, which would you take? Sadly, most choose easy now, difficult later. They follow the path of least resistance, the path of least effort. And where does that road lead? To lives of quiet desperation, filled with if only and what might have been. But not you. You're here because something inside you knows there's more. You're ready to choose difficult now, easy later. You're ready to do what others won't so you can live as others can't. So let's talk about the 7 habits that will transform your life if you practice them consistently. Habit 1. Take full responsibility for your life. This is the foundation. Take full responsibility, not partial, not most, but full. There are 2 kinds of people: the it's my fault people and the it's their fault people. The it's their fault group always blames others. I would have succeeded if my parents had given me more opportunities. I'd be better off if the economy wasn't so bad. I'd be healthier if I didn't have these genes. But the it's my fault people, they're the ones who change the world. Because when you take responsibility, you take control. If it's your fault, you can fix it. If it's their fault, you're stuck waiting for them to change. And waiting never leads to growth. Of course, circumstances affect us. We all face challenges and setbacks. But the difference lies in how we respond. I once spoke with a successful businessman who grew up in deep poverty. I asked him, "How did you overcome such difficult circumstances?" His answer stayed with me. He said, "I never blamed my circumstances for my failures, and I never credited them for my successes." Isn't that powerful? He took full responsibility for both failure and success. And that's exactly what I'm asking you to do. Start declaring these words. I am responsible. Say it for your finances. I am responsible. Say it for your health. I am responsible. Say it for your relationships. I am responsible. Say it for your happiness. I am responsible. When you take responsibility, amazing things happen. You stop being a victim and become a creator. You stop waiting for circumstances to change and begin changing them yourself. You move from the passenger seat of your life to the driver's seat. That's habit 1. Take full responsibility for your life. No excuses, no blame, just full ownership. Habit 2. Commit to lifelong learning. The second habit of highly successful people is a deep commitment to learning for life. Success always belongs to the learners. Yet isn't it remarkable how many people stop learning once they leave school? They get a diploma or a degree, and they think they're done. But successful people know they're never done. I've often said, formal education will make you a living. Self-education will make you a fortune. The most successful people I've met are readers, thinkers, and seekers of knowledge. They are always pursuing new skills and fresh insights. Let me ask you, how many books have you read in the past 90 days? The average American reads less than 1 book a year after leaving school. Just 1. Is it any wonder the average person struggles financially, emotionally, and relationally? But successful people are different. They understand that leaders are readers. They know to earn more, they must learn more. They treat their minds as their most valuable asset, because that's exactly what it is. Here's what I recommend. Develop a reading program. Set aside time each day, maybe 30 minutes, maybe an hour, dedicated to reading, learning, and growing. Make a list of books you'll read this year. Books on your profession, personal development, finances, relationships, and health. But don't stop at books. Attend seminars. Listen to educational audio while driving or exercising. Find mentors. Join mastermind groups. In the information age, the opportunities for learning are endless. Remember this. Your level of success will rarely exceed your level of personal development. So commit to lifelong learning. Commit to continuous improvement. Commit to getting better every single day. There's a phrase I want you to hold on to. Work harder on yourself than you do on your job. Most people have it backward. They work hard at their job, but neglect their own development. Yet when you work harder on yourself, your job will reward you more, because you bring greater value to the marketplace. That's habit 2. Commit to lifelong learning and make it a non-negotiable part of your daily routine. Habit 3. Set clear, compelling goals. The third habit that will make you successful is learning to set goals that truly guide you. Goals are the compass pointing you toward your destination. Over the years, I've asked thousands of people, what are your goals? And I'm amazed at how many can't answer clearly. They'll say something vague like, I want to be happy, or I want to be successful. But those aren't goals, they're wishes. A real goal is specific. A real goal has a deadline. A real goal is written down. And a real goal is measurable. If you can't measure it, you can't manage it. Let me share the process that transformed my life and the lives of countless others. First, decide exactly what you want. Don't say, I want more money. Say, I want to earn $100,000 this year. Don't say, I want to lose weight. Say, I want to weigh 180 pounds by June 30th. Clarity is power. Second, write it down. There's something almost magical about putting goals on paper. It moves them from fantasy into possibility. Unwritten goals remain nothing more than wishes. Third, set a deadline. Open-ended goals have no urgency. Deadlines create focus and drive. Goals rarely get accomplished without a deadline. Once you set one, your subconscious begins searching for ways to achieve it. Fourth, make a list of everything you'll need to do. What skills must you develop? What knowledge should you gain? What habits need to change? Who can help you along the way? Write it all down. Make it as complete as possible. Fifth, organize that list into a plan. Decide what you'll do first, second, third, and so on. Then, sixth, take immediate action. Don't wait for perfect conditions. They never come. Start where you are with what you have. Seventh, do something every day that moves you toward your goal. Consistency is what separates the successful from the unsuccessful. And here's something powerful. Goals that truly inspire you will require growth. They'll demand that you become more than you are right now. That's the real purpose of goals. Not just to get the reward, but to become the person capable of achieving it. So set big goals. Goals that stretch you, that make you a little uncomfortable, that force you to grow new skills, new attitudes, and new capabilities. I like what Mark Twain once said, 20 years from now you will be more disappointed by the things you didn't do than by the ones you did. So throw off the bowlines. Sail away from safe harbor. Catch the trade winds in your sails. Explore, dream, discover. That's habit 3. Set clear, compelling goals. They are the fuel that powers achievement. Habit 4. Master your time. Time is the great equalizer. We all get the same amount. The difference between the successful and the unsuccessful isn't time itself, but how it's used. You must learn to distinguish between the urgent and the important. Urgent things demand immediate attention, a ringing phone, an incoming email, a crying child. Important things, however, are tied to your long-term mission, values, and goals, your health, relationships, and personal growth. The problem is most people spend their days reacting to the urgent, leaving little or no time for the important. They put out fires instead of preventing them. Successful people reverse this. They prioritize the important, not just the urgent. They're proactive, not merely reactive. Here's what I recommend. Plan your days in advance. Each evening, take a few minutes to map out the next day. Identify the 3 to 5 most important tasks that will move you closer to your goals, and schedule them first, before the demands of the day hijack your focus. Protect those primetime hours. When you're at your mental and physical best, use that time for your most important and challenging work. Don't waste it on trivial tasks. Learn to say no. Every time you say yes to one thing, you're saying no to something else. So make sure your yes aligns with your values and goals. Eliminate time wasters. The average American spends more than 4 hours a day watching television. That's 1,460 hours a year, enough to earn a master's degree. I'm not saying you should never watch TV or scroll through social media, but be intentional. Don't let these activities consume hours of your life without conscious choice. Batch similar tasks together. Constantly switching from emails to phone calls to creative work drains energy. Grouping similar activities helps you stay focused and work more efficiently. Remember this, you can't manage time. You can only manage yourself. Time keeps moving no matter what you do. The key is managing your choices, your actions, and your focus. I like to ask myself, is what I'm doing right now the highest and best use of my time? If the answer is no, it's time to shift. Your time is life in miniature. How you spend your hours shapes your days. How you spend your days shapes your years. And how you spend your years shapes your life. Guard your time fiercely. Treat it as your most valuable resource, because it is. That's habit 4. Master your time. It's not about cramming more activities into your day. It's about gaining more value from the time you have. Habit 5. Surround yourself with the right people. The 5th habit that will make you successful is choosing the right environment. Your environment is stronger than your willpower. There's an old saying, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Think about that. The people closest to you influence how you think, how you act, and ultimately who you become. So ask yourself, who are your 5? Are they lifting you up or pulling you down? Are they encouraging your dreams or dismissing them? Are they challenging you to grow or keeping you comfortable? Successful people are intentional about their associations. They seek out relationships with those who push them higher. They connect with people who already have the qualities, skills, and achievements they aspire to. They find mentors, join mastermind groups, attend conferences, and participate in communities where excellence is the standard. At the same time, they limit their exposure to negative, small-minded people, the doubters, the critics, the energy drainers. This isn't about being unkind. It's about being strategic with your time and attention. I remember when I was just starting out, struggling to make ends meet. A successful businessman took an interest in me and invited me to join a group of entrepreneurs who met monthly to share ideas and support each other's growth. Those meetings changed my life. Being around ambitious, forward-thinking people expanded my vision of what was possible. There's something almost magical about connecting with people who are playing the game of life at a higher level. Their standards become your standards. Their thinking shapes your thinking. Their habits influence your own. That's why you must be intentional about building your circle. Seek mentors who have already achieved what you want. Find peers walking the same journey, people you can exchange ideas and encouragement with. And don't forget to be a mentor yourself. Teaching others strengthens what you've learned. Remember, you can't soar with the eagles if you're scratching with the turkeys. Choose your flock wisely. That's habit 5. Surround yourself with the right people. Your environment shapes you, so shape it with care. Habit 6. Practice discipline and consistency. This is where most people stumble. They know what to do, but they don't do it consistently. Success isn't about extraordinary acts. It's about ordinary actions done extraordinarily well, day after day. Discipline is showing up even when you don't feel like it. It's going to the gym when you'd rather stay in bed. It's making that sales call when social media looks more appealing. It's saving money when you'd rather spend it. It's working on your business plan when a show is calling your name. Here's something you need to understand. Motivation is fickle. It comes and goes. You can't rely on feeling motivated, but you can rely on discipline. Discipline is steady. It shows up every single day. And here's the beauty of it. Discipline eventually becomes habit. What starts as difficult becomes easier with repetition. The pain of discipline weighs ounces, but the pain of regret weighs tons. One powerful strategy for building discipline is creating non-negotiables. These are the actions you commit to daily, no matter what. They aren't dependent on how you feel or what interruptions appear. They're simply non-negotiable. Maybe it's reading 30 minutes a day, exercising for 45 minutes, making 5 sales calls, or writing 500 words for your book. Whatever they are, they must directly support your most important goals. By establishing non-negotiables, you remove the burden of daily decision-making. You don't wake up wondering, should I work out today? It's already decided. You work out because it's non-negotiable. And here's the secret. This kind of consistency compounds over time. Think of it this way. If you improve just 1% each day, after 1 year you'll be 37 times better. That's the power of steady, incremental progress. Yet most people miss it. They overestimate what can be done in a day, but underestimate what can be accomplished in a year. They want instant results, and when they don't see them quickly, they quit. They lack the patience to let consistency work its magic. But success is not born from a single heroic effort. It comes from the accumulated effect of small, disciplined actions, repeated day after day, week after week, year after year. That's habit 6. Practice discipline and consistency. It may not sound glamorous, but it's the dividing line between the truly successful and the merely talented. Habit 7. Give more than you take. The 7th and final habit that will make you successful is learning to give more than you receive. This is the habit that turns success from a personal achievement into a lasting legacy. The most successful people I've ever known, successful in every area of life, are givers, not takers. They understand a simple but profound truth. The secret to living is giving. And I'm not just talking about charitable donations, though that's certainly part of it. I'm talking about a mindset, a way of approaching life and business. It's about seeing yourself as a contributor, not just a consumer. In business, it means focusing first on the value you provide, not on what you can get. It means over-delivering on your promises and genuinely caring about solving problems for others. In relationships, it means being generous with your time, your attention, your understanding, and even your forgiveness. It's listening more than you speak and looking for ways to help others succeed. In your community, it's volunteering, mentoring, and sharing your knowledge and resources to lift others higher. Why is giving so powerful? First, because it shifts your focus outward. When you're busy serving others, you spend less time dwelling on your own struggles. Second, giving creates a vacuum that must be filled. Nature abhors a vacuum. When you give, you create space for more to flow into your life. More opportunities, more resources, more relationships. Third, giving connects you to something greater than yourself. It gives your success meaning and purpose beyond personal gain. I'm reminded of a businessman known for his philanthropy. Someone once asked him, "Why do you give so much away?" His answer was profound. "I'm not giving it away, I'm sending it ahead." What a perspective. He understood that true wealth isn't measured by what you accumulate, but by what you contribute. Now, let me be clear. I'm not suggesting you give away all your possessions or work for free. What I am suggesting is that you adopt a giving mindset instead of a taking one. Ask not only, "What can I get?" but "What can I give?" This final habit, giving more than you take, completes the circle of the previous 6. You take responsibility, you learn and grow, you set clear goals, you master your time, you build the right relationships, you practice discipline and consistency. And then, with all of that, you make a positive difference in the world. That's what it truly means to be successful. So there you have them, the 7 habits that will make you successful. Take full responsibility for your life. Commit to lifelong learning. Set clear, compelling goals. Master your time. Surround yourself with the right people. Practice discipline and consistency. And give more than you take. But let's be honest, knowing isn't enough. Understanding these habits won't change your life unless you apply them consistently. That's why implementation is everything. I recommend starting with just one habit. Choose the one that resonates most, the one where you know you need growth. Focus on it for 30 days. Once it becomes natural, add another. Build gradually, but build consistently. And remember, perfection isn't the goal. Progress is. You'll have good days and bad days. Sometimes you'll take 2 steps forward and 1 step back. That's okay. What matters is the overall direction of your life. Let me leave you with this thought. Success isn't a destination. It's not something you achieve once and keep forever. Success is a process, something you create and recreate daily through your choices, actions, and habits. These 7 habits aren't quick fixes or magic bullets. They are timeless principles. Applied consistently, they create the foundation for lasting success. So don't just nod in agreement. Don't just take notes. Take action. Start today, start now. Because a year from now, you'll wish you had started today. You have greatness within you. These 7 habits will help you bring it out. They'll shape you into the person you were meant to be and help you create the life you were meant to live. Thank you for your time and attention. Now go make your life extraordinary. The power of decisive action. Let's go a step further. What separates those who achieve their dreams from those who only dream? It's not intelligence, though that helps. It's not connections, though they're valuable. It's not even luck, though we all need some of that. The great separator is decisive action. Most people live in the land of someday. Someday I'll start that business. Someday I'll write that book. Someday I'll get in shape. Someday I'll repair that relationship. But here's the truth. Someday is not a day of the week. It's not on any calendar. Someday never comes. Successful people don't wait for the perfect time. They start today. They know that waiting for ideal conditions is a myth. There will always be challenges, always obstacles, always reasons to delay. I remember speaking with a young man who wanted to start his own business. He had a great idea and had done his research, but he was waiting for the right time, waiting until he had more money saved or until the economy improved. He said he was waiting until his kids were a little older. I told him what I'll tell you now. There is no right time. There's only now. The truth is, most significant achievements begin before you feel ready. If you wait for perfect conditions, you'll wait forever. So what does decisive action look like in practice? First, it means making decisions quickly, not recklessly, but without dragging your feet. Gather the information you need, then decide. Don't get stuck in analysis paralysis. Second, commit fully to your decisions. Once you choose, burn the boats. Eliminate Plan B. When you're all in, you'll find a way to make Plan A work. Third, take the first step immediately. Don't wait for motivation. More often than not, action creates motivation, not the other way around. Fourth, keep your word to yourself. If you say you're going to do something, follow through. Do it even when no one is watching, especially when no one is watching. Fifth, persist through obstacles. You will hit walls. Go over them, under them, around them, or through them, but never turn back. Now, think about something you've been putting off. Maybe it's a tough conversation you need to have. Maybe it's starting that exercise program. Maybe it's launching the business you've been dreaming of. Whatever it is, decide right now to take action within the next 24 hours. Not next week. Not tomorrow. Today. Because here's the truth. The distance between your dreams and your reality is called action. And no one else can cover that distance for you. So start before you're ready. Begin before conditions are perfect. Act in spite of fear. That's what successful people do. The compounding effect of good habits. Let's talk about something most people don't fully understand. The compounding effect of habits. We all know how compound interest works in finances. You invest money, it earns interest, and over time it grows exponentially. Habits work the exact same way. Every habit you practice, or fail to practice, is an investment in your future self. For example, imagine you have a choice. You can spend 30 minutes reading a good book, or 30 minutes watching TV. Do it once, and it doesn't seem to matter. But what about over a year, 5 years, or a lifetime? If you read for 30 minutes a day, in a year you'll log over 180 hours, enough to finish 15 to 20 books. In 5 years, that's 75 to 100 books. Imagine how that knowledge could reshape your thinking, your opportunities, even your future. Meanwhile, the person who chose TV, they've simply watched more shows. This is the compounding effect of habits. Small choices repeated over time create massive differences in results. At first, those differences aren't obvious. After a week, you won't notice much. Even after a month, the gap is small. But after a year, 5 years, 10 years, the difference is enormous. That's why patience and consistency matter so much. You must trust the process and believe in the power of compounding. Think about health habits. One healthy meal won't make you fit, and one workout won't transform your body. But healthy eating and regular exercise, sustained over time, can completely change your health. Think about relationships. A single thoughtful gesture won't build a great marriage. But daily acts of kindness, appreciation, and communication, practiced consistently, create a bond that's deeply fulfilling. Think about finances. Saving once won't make you wealthy, but consistent saving and investing, sustained year after year, builds financial freedom. The challenge is that we live in a culture of instant gratification. We want results now, the prize without the process, the harvest without the planting, the victory without the battle. But lasting success doesn't work that way. Real success is built day by day, choice by choice, habit by habit. So I encourage you to play the long game. Don't judge your habits by immediate results. Judge them by whether they're putting you on the right path. Ask yourself, is this habit taking me closer to the life I want? Is it shaping me into the person I want to become? If the answer is yes, stick with it, even when the results aren't visible yet. Trust the compound effect. Remember, small hinges swing big doors. Your daily habits may seem insignificant in the moment, but they are shaping your destiny. Choose wisely. The courage to be different. One of the most important qualities of successful people is the courage to be different, the willingness to think differently, act differently, and live differently from the crowd. Most people live in quiet conformity. They follow the masses, doing what everyone else does, thinking what everyone else thinks, and becoming what everyone else becomes. But here's the truth. If you want to achieve what the majority never will, you must be willing to do what the majority won't. If most people are in debt and you want financial freedom, you must handle money differently. If most people are out of shape and you want health, you must eat and exercise differently. If most people are drifting without purpose, you must chart your own course. If most people are drifting through life without clear direction, and you want to live with purpose and passion, you must plan and prioritize differently. And that takes courage. It takes courage to go against the grain, to resist peer pressure, and to stand alone when necessary. But the rewards are immense. When you find the courage to be different, to think for yourself, to chart your own course, to live by your own values rather than someone else's, you open the door to possibilities the conformist will never know. I remember when I started my own business. Everyone told me I was crazy to leave a secure job. Play it safe, they said. Don't rock the boat. But I realized the security they spoke of was an illusion. The only true security comes from what you create yourself, through your skills, adaptability, and resourcefulness. So I took the leap. Was it scary? Yes. Did I sometimes wonder if the naysayers were right? Absolutely. But ultimately, the courage to be different led me to opportunities and experiences I never would have found had I played it safe. The same is true for you. Your willingness to think independently, to question conventional wisdom, and to swim against the tide when necessary will set you apart. It will open doors that remain closed to those who simply follow the crowd. So I challenge you, have the courage to be different. Don't just conform. Think for yourself, live by your values, and chart your own course. It won't always be easy. You may face criticism. You may face misunderstanding. And yes, you may even doubt yourself. But in the end, isn't it far better to? It's far better to be criticized for being different than to be ignored for blending in. It's better to fail at being yourself than to succeed at being someone else. Having the courage to be different is one of the most powerful decisions you'll ever make. Now let's talk about something that underpins all 7 habits we've discussed, your philosophy. Your philosophy is the set of beliefs and values that guide your decisions and actions. It's how you view the world, interpret events, and assign meaning to experiences. Here's what's fascinating. 2 people can face the same circumstances, the same challenges, the same opportunities, and yet end up with completely different results, simply because of their philosophy. One person says, "This is too difficult, I can't do it." Another says, "This is difficult, but I'll figure it out." Same situation, different philosophy, different outcome. One says, "I'm too old to start over." Another says, "I'm never too old to reinvent myself." Again, same situation, different philosophy. Your philosophy creates your attitude. Your attitude shapes your actions. Your actions determine your results. And your results define your life. So if you want to change your life, start by examining your philosophy. What do you believe about yourself? About success? About setbacks and challenges? About your true potential? These beliefs are not abstract ideas. They're the filters through which you experience reality. They can either limit you or liberate you. They can hold you back or propel you forward. That's why I encourage you to deliberately design your philosophy rather than unconsciously adopting one. Read widely. Study the philosophies of successful, fulfilled people. Question your own assumptions. Challenge the beliefs that limit you. Create a philosophy that serves you, not sabotages you. A philosophy that expands possibilities instead of shrinking them. A philosophy should expand rather than contract your possibilities, empower rather than victimize you. Here are a few guiding principles that have served me well. Life is not happening to me. It's responding to me. Success is not something I chase, but something I attract by the person I become. The key to life is not what happens, but how I respond to what happens. Every adversity carries within it the seed of equal or greater benefit. And my income can only grow to the extent that I grow. These principles have shaped my choices, my actions, and ultimately my results. They've helped me interpret challenges in ways that strengthen rather than weaken me. So, let me ask, what philosophical principles guide your life? Are they consciously chosen or absorbed from others without reflection? Do they lift you up or hold you back? Take time to reflect, because the philosophy you live by, whether chosen or inherited, is shaping your destiny. Choose wisely. Now, some final thoughts about the journey you're on. Success is not a destination you reach once and then stop. It's an ongoing journey of growth, achievement, and contribution. It's a process of becoming more skilled, more knowledgeable, more disciplined, more giving. Like any journey, there will be ups and downs, rapid progress and long plateaus, victories to celebrate and setbacks to overcome. The key is to embrace the whole journey. not just the peaks, but also the valleys. Because it's often in the valleys, the tough seasons, that we grow the most. It's there we develop resilience, uncover strengths we didn't know we had, and forge the character that will sustain us for life. So don't wish away the hard times. Don't resent the challenges. They are shaping you into someone stronger, wiser, and more capable. They are preparing you for the next level. And remember, you're not walking this path alone. None of us succeeds in isolation. We all need guides, companions, and supporters. We all need mentors, teachers, and friends who believe in us, challenge us, and help us see possibilities we might otherwise miss. So reach out, connect, and build a community of growth-minded people who share the same journey. Share your challenges and celebrate your victories. Learn from one another and offer support along the way. Always remember, the ultimate measure of success is not what you accumulate, but what you contribute. It's not about what you get, but what you give. It's not about how famous you become, but how many lives you touch. At the end of the day, we all want the same thing, to know that our lives mattered, that we made a difference, and that the world is a little better because we were here. So as you put these 7 habits into practice, as you take responsibility, keep learning, set clear goals, master your time, surround yourself with the right people, stay disciplined and consistent, and give more than you take. Never lose sight of the bigger purpose. Your success isn't just for you. It's for everyone whose lives you'll inspire, encourage, teach, and lead. It's for the legacy you'll leave behind. So make it a magnificent one. I wish you health, happiness, and lasting success. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel, Mindset Daily.